This project, which has been planned by the Culture Committee Councillorship of the Municipality of Concordia together with North Area Association, is now at its 4th edition, and it has confirmed itself as one of the most longed for by the local young people. Euromeeting starts on 24th July with the arrival of young people from Spain, France, Hungary and Poland. After the authorities welcome in the council room of San Felice sul Panaro, dinner altogether is based on the most typical Italian food, pizza. A trip to Florence is a significant tasting of the artistic beauties of our country the day after. On 26 July, Euromeeting moves to Varallo in Piemonte, an ancient village at 40-50 meters above sea level in Valsesia Valley, which is famous for its natural beauties and its vocation for sports. Here, Euromeeting will have its most important moment. Let us listen to Mara and Rosie, the two organizers from Vedo Giovani Cooperative, a speech about the aims and the way the camp developed.
Okay, about the goals of this exchange. It is quite complex because we have some goals connected to the youth program, that is let people meet, let people share their cultures and opinions and ideas, and just to build a Europe of cultures and not only a Europe of money and an economical Europe. And especially connected to this exchange, there's the theme, the nature and the environment. And so all the people here are here to talk about and discuss about their different opinions and points of view. The people gathered here are not teachers or professionals on the environmental theme. They are here just to share their opinions and to let us know what they think and to give us some new ideas, some hints to discuss and to think about. And this is really important because this is the main goal, according to my personal point of view, of this exchange is participation. And every national group is leading one session each morning, and everybody feel free to express himself, herself the way they prefer, and this is what I really like.
Most moment during the week are the morning with a session from the 5 countries, and the afternoons with the workshops. In the morning we're speaking about the environment, and each day the countries speak about something.
The Italian group has organized the first session on Saturday morning. The theme was the relationship between the man and the nature. After a very hard briefing, we finally decided to make a funny play. While Angela and Enrico were introducing the main theme of the session, 2 extraterrestrials came. They came from the planet Little Potato, and they spoke a very strange language that in reality was the Mirandolese dialect. Nature in their planet was disappeared. They ate fruit and food of plastic and breathed only smoke. They arrived on the Earth in Varallo City, and because they have a technical problem with their starship. When they saw the grass and flower, they were amazing. So they asked the group to bring them some elements of the four elements of nature. In fact, they remember that natures in our planet in their electronic encyclopedias. Finally, they asked to the participants to explain how to use the four natural elements they have found, making simple plays. At the end, the aliens say thanks to everybody and fly away.
So our presentation was on the Earth, and we talk about modified organism, genetical modified organism, and also the mad cow. And it was also with Day of Consumer and Biological Agriculture. And we think about how we will present this presentation, and it was with theatrical, video and multimedia presentation, and we thought that it will be more better that if we do sketch and meme without not talking, that because it will be more better to not having communication, because I think the linguistic communication it was hard for everybody, and especially in our group, because not everybody will talk in English. So we decided to do a ludic playing presentation for everybody.
Hello, my name is Charidimos Purdalakis. I am a Greek, but I'm the responsible of the Spanish group that came from Seville. The group is called Plataresco, and we came here to present the third session that was the theme, Human Being and Cosmos, the influence of this relationship to the human behavior. We made a theatrical performance, imitating things and without words, so everybody would understand us. And then we were participating, all of us, in 4 different games. I think everybody enjoyed it. They seemed very happy, and that we demonstrated the influence of the behavior, of the influence of this relationship between human being and cosmos to the human behavior.
So, the topic of the Hungarian group was water. We tried to search for some aspects of water and these to build our session. At first we made a brainstorming in which the guys had to tell us some water types. These followed a so-called Hungarian game in which we tried to get to know the people, the main rivers and lakes in Hungary. After that, we made a so-called economy game in which we tried to make a situation in where the people had to decide about build or not to build a oil field in the sea. There were many interest groups and they tried to find the pros and cons of this decision. These followed some pictures of sharks and a little seminar about sonars and some interesting pictures. At the end we made a quiz in which we try to make some questions about every kind of waters, and this finished our session.
During our session, Polish group gives all participants of Euromeeting a chance to experience a wonderful adventure in the virtual world. All we have to do is to use our imagination and to identify with our rule. All of us are citizens of a small island with a small amount of energy. That's why we have to build another power plant. Here, among virgin forests, crystal clear lakes and streams, as well as high mountains, live approximately 200,000 citizens and thousands of tourists. In the delta of the main river, there is a heart of the island, the capital city. Governor's guests invited for a party have to decide which power plant should be built.
While creating a completely new reality, our main aim was to provide us a good fun when we will be playing this game. That's why the conditions of existing on our island can be a little bit different than in the real world. Some characters, for example the politicians, are shown in a curved mirror because it makes our game more funny. People on different levels of language skills can play together and see how exists the society, and also learn something more about the alternative sources of energy.
Hi, I'm Paolo, and I was in one of the workshops with a group of 15 wonderful persons. And so on the first day we go to the Fenera Natural Park and we visit some caves, and it was a good day with sun, a lot of warm weather, mosquitoes, but I suppose that the people had fun in the caves. And then on the second day we went to Alagna to visit the village and the typical valser houses, and we went to a waterfall, and so a little walk in the village. On the third day, we go to Campertonio in the Val Sesia, in the Sesia Valley, and we had rock climbing that day with two mountain guides from Alanya, and the people climbed. A good part of them are good rock climbers.
My name is Deborah, and I'm the leader of the Alpine Path workshop. Our idea was to bring a group to visit and clean a path, especially the one named Cervatoroi, which is rather dirty because there were some dumps there. We will either make a useful action and leave a sign of us on the environment.
Well, in my workshop, we want to try to discover something about our way of expression, our way of communication with the other people. Because, it's important to find a good way to communicate with the other. So in my workshop, I try to let the people discover their different tools of communication. For the first day, we worked a lot about the body, about the possibility of the different bodies to communicate, to get in contact one each other.
All right. I have to prepare a workshop about yoga. It's not possible to learn yoga in 4 lessons or 3 hours, so I try to explain to the kids the different techniques for relax themselves and concentrate themselves using some asana, some typical position of yoga. And so we try to use during 3 hours more or less a normal yoga, basic yoga lesson, and then improve the part of relaxing themselves using the candle, using the music and so on. It's very interesting because for them I think it's very useful to learn to use their breathing, for example, for relax themselves, for concentrate themselves. And then use some position of the body for stretching and for find the concentration. Because another thing important of this kind of lesson is not to you to reach the meditation status, but to find a good way for concentrate them.
And on the last day with the group of the other workshop, we had rafting all together on the Sesia River with the Monte Rosa rafting school, and it was very funny because some people fall in the water, and so we can saw the river from another point of view. And so I hope that all the people of my group enjoy the workshop.
The Sacro Monte of Varallo, founded in 1491, is the oldest and most complex of its kind from a religious and artistic point of view. It consists of a basilica and 50 chapels, which are either isolated or part of the larger monumental complexes representing Nazareth, Bethlehem, Pontius Pilate's house, the Way of the Cross, the Sepulchre, and Casa Parella. The chapels contain over 800 lifelike statues in wood or terracotta, which tell the story of the life of Christ.
For the first evenings, we organize something, some games, just to know each other with all the group, because we are many people. And the last evenings, the groups from the 5 countries organize some events just for stay together, to enjoy, to spend time, to make party, something like this.
Euromeeting 2002 has still revealed itself as a confrontation and the growth of the young participants for the common European awareness. The interest of the youngest generation in the destiny of our planet was the reason for several activities about the relationship between men and nature. We think that all the objective we have planned has been fulfilled, also considering the perspective of the enlargement of Europe towards East, because there were not just people from countries of European Union, but also young people from the Eastern countries wishing to be part of the Union. Goodbye and see you next year.